Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Good Molecules 10% Niacinamide Serum, which you can use daily in the morning and or evening if that's fine for your skin. It's all about your skin tolerance. If you prefer to use it less often, that's completely fine as well. Now, niacinamide has multiple benefits, but the major ones would be that it can help you to regulate oiliness, which then also helps to minimize the appearance of enlarged pores. Plus, it's a great brightening ingredient to lighten your dark spots, which may be caused by the sun or even from your previous acne. Overall, niacinamide is always a great combination with acne treatments. And so this is now where I want to keep my main focus on, so that you have an example routine in mind. So in general, the routine that I have prepared for you would be suitable if you have normal to oily, blemish prone, or in other words, acne prone skin. And so when working with this serum, it is important to keep in mind that you can use it primarily with any other skincare products. There's often the confusion going on if you can use it with vitamin C, ascorbic acid, which is the pure form of vitamin C, or if it's best to keep them separate. Overall, it's so confusing. No one has really looked into this again. So therefore, just try it. If you see benefits when using them in the same routine, go ahead, combine them. Otherwise, just keep them separate if you feel that's working best for you. This would be the only conflict which you may come across, but other than that, you're totally fine to use it with any other skincare products. So at first, I would like to get into my example routines that I have prepared for you, and then later on we are getting started with the entire application as I have this set up behind me. So first of all, when looking into a morning skincare routine, which you can see right here, you can wash your face with your regular liquid cleanser or maybe a bar of soap, for example from Good Molecules. So those are just two great examples which you can use to properly wash your face. After that, if you would like to use something hydrating yet lightweight in your skincare routine, it would be ideal to work with a hydrating toner as an example. Use it after your cleansing step. And then move on to your niacinamide serum and apply it to the skin. And then if you have sun exposure throughout the day, don't forget your sunscreen. If you have acne prone skin, if you have in general more sensitive skin, I recommend choosing a mineral sunscreen as well. So this would be the example of a morning skincare routine. As for the evening, it can look pretty much the same, just without the sunscreen. You may want to use a lightweight moisturizer instead if you should feel the need, otherwise skip it. But overall, if you want to include an exfoliant in your skincare routine and you have acne prone skin, then the best exfoliant that you can pick would be an salicylic acid product, or also known as BHA. So after your cleansing step, which again can be done with your liquid cleanser or bar of soap, or if you're trying to remove your mineral sunscreen and or stubborn makeup, use an oil or balm cleanser to properly take everything off the skin. You would then head into your salicylic acid toner, essence, or maybe serum. So if it's lightweight, water-based, use it before applying your niacinamide serum. After that, you would follow on with your niacinamide serum and then leave it as it is. Or again, if you still should feel the need, work with a moisturizer afterwards. But make sure that it's lightweight, that it works well for your skin, and that it does not clog your pores, because you're trying to improve your current concerns, not make them worse. And so then this would be an example evening skincare routine with an exfoliant. Now, if you would like to go over the entire example routine again, and you may want to know more specifically about what products that I have picked, I do have a specific description part of this as well, where I'm going over the cleansers, then the treatments, and then lastly even the moisturizers and sunscreens that I've picked, with a little description next to it. And then if you want to know more about sunscreen, I do have a specific sunscreen guide as well, plus the entire application and removal guide. And then lastly, also some skincare tips. Primarily, I want to keep my focus now on peeling, which is something that can often occur if you're going to overdo it with the amount of product that you're using, or if you're not going to give it enough waiting time in between, or depending on the formulation. So overall, that information is available in my PowerPoint. I'm updating it constantly from time to time. So if you haven't looked into it, feel free to check it out again. And you will find the entire PowerPoint in the description box down below. So now that I went over the example routines, I now want to get started with the entire application, keeping my main focus towards the evening skincare routine and using an exfoliant in that example as well, so that you can see what it would look like, how much you're going to use, etc. Because I do want to include some tips into this as well. So the first step is going to be the most important step. This is properly washing your face to remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat from the skin, sunscreen and or makeup if you have worn it throughout the day. Now again, this can be done oil or balm cleanser, maybe your regular liquid cleanser, or you may want to try out one of Good Molecules bar of soaps. They are excellent. I have right here their Clarify and a Cleanse bar, which is more suitable if you have normal to oily blemish prone skin. That's why I've picked it. It's a great example. When working with a bar of soap, make sure to keep the soap holder clean and always store it at a dry area, so that you won't come across any issues. But other than that, you can wash your face above the sink, in the shower, either way is fine. When working with water, use lukewarm water to make sure that it feels comfortable on the skin, that you can properly take it off. When doing this above the sink, I really like to work with a soft, clean microfiber washcloth so that I can properly take off any last traces of my cleanser, sunscreen and or makeup. And I'm going to include the cleansing step in this video because I want to share with you it from the beginning to the end so that you can see the entire setup, what it would look like, how you would use the individual products. So let's go ahead and get started. So now go ahead and take a clean towel and gently pat the skin dry. So now once you're done with your cleansing step, you can now move immediately on to the next step. So again, if you're going to go with my example routine, the next step would be an exfoliating acid toner, essence or serum, ideally a salicylic acid product. And I have one example right here from The Ordinary. So when it comes to how much you're going to use of your exfoliant, it primarily depends on what dispenser you have. Right here, 3 to 5 drops for your face and neck should be more than enough to cover an even and thin layer all over. So with your exfoliating acids as well as with your treatments like niacinamide, make sure to not overdo it with the amount of product that you're going to use, because the more you're going to use, the more likely sensitivity can occur, because they have a certain percentage of active ingredients in it, so they can likely cause more irritation if you're going to overdo it. So therefore, as a general guide, use enough that you can apply it evenly and thinly all over and that it can absorb quickly into the skin. So right here I'm going to use 3 drops in the palm of my hand. If you like to use it on your fingertips instead, maybe immediately apply to your face, that's completely fine. Use whatever method works best for you. Rub your hands together and then apply it evenly and thinly all over your face and neck, avoiding getting it into your eyes or into your mouth, as well as make sure to not apply it onto your eyelids. So once you have evenly applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. This is now a leave-on exfoliant, so therefore you're going to leave it on the skin. And so I just want to quickly emphasize the frequency of the exfoliant. It primarily depends on your overall skin tolerance. With salicylic acids, you can go ahead and use it daily if that's fine for your skin. But if you're being new to it, start off by using it 2 to 3 times per week. Try this out. Then after several weeks, you may want to increase it to every other day, and then after that daily. So start off slowly to see what's going to work best for you. Now once the exfoliant has fully absorbed into the skin, now would be the time to move on to the next step, which is going to be the application of your niacinamide serum. So again, it contains 10% of niacinamide. Don't overdo it. You do not need an entire drop bar of product. As a general guide, go with about 3 to 5 drops, which should be enough to cover your entire face and neck. If you feel like you want to use 1 or 2 drops more because you couldn't cover it entirely, go ahead and do so, but please do not use an entire dropper. That's not needed. It may look pretty in the camera, but it can increase the risk of experiencing sensitivity. Then rub your hands together if you want to apply it the same way as I'm currently doing. and then blend it evenly over your face and neck, avoiding your eyelids. So, and once you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. I just want to share with you a little tip when it comes to the amount of product that you're going to use and when doing the application. I personally like to keep on blending until I feel like that the product is able to absorb into the skin, so that I can distribute it evenly and that I won't come across any issues. Because if you feel like it's able to properly absorb into the skin, it also won't leave an uncomfortable feeling because you haven't overdone it, but you were also able to properly blend it all over. So take that time to distribute the product and do not leave it thickly on the skin surface. And so for the evening skincare routine, you can stop right here, leave it as it is. Your niacinamide can be the last step. However, if you should feel the need to add some sort of hydration to the skin, but keep in mind your exfoliating acids as well as niacinamide serum do always contain some hydrating ingredients, but still, if you should feel the need, you can follow with a lightweight moisturizer afterwards. This may be a gel or light lotion. Please avoid heavier creams because you want to improve your concerns, not make them worse. So, as an example, I'm going to use Geek & Gorgeous Hydration Station. It's a great lightweight moisturizer, suitable for all skin types, but it can be a pretty good match if you have an oilier skin type and you want to add that hydration as your last step in your skincare routine. So my suggestion would be use about a pea size to a bean size amount so that you can apply it evenly and thinly all over, so about that much more or less, so that it feels comfortable on the skin, that you have an even and thin layer all over, that you won't come across any issues or a heavy feeling or that it's going to make your skin feel greasy over time. Then rub your fingers together and apply it evenly all over. So, and once you have applied it all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And then this would be the last step in your evening skincare routine. But again, remember, when working with an exfoliant and in general to properly protect the skin, wear sunscreen during the day. And so this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. If again you want to go over the entire PowerPoint, you will find it in the description box down below. Now, if you want to learn more about skincare, I'm going to leave some of the videos at the end of this video. Otherwise, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. And I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye.